Hey guys, I'm picking cucumbers again every other day. First of all, I just want to say that if anybody's considering using Audible or some other audio book thing, highly recommend it. I love listening to books in the greenhouse now. I've kind of moved on from podcasts to books and go back and forth. But I'm listening to a book right now by Marissa Peer, and she is a psychologist. And I just want to talk about habits and rewards. And I think like a lot of us are out of routine right now with the COVID thing going on, but I'm listening to this and it's just brilliant. And I think we all know this on some level, that whether it's a good habit or a bad habit, you're doing it for some reward. You don't do something habitually if you're not getting something out of it, right? And a lot of people who have really good habits do them on a daily basis because of those rewards. So if you get up and work out in the morning, you're doing it because it makes you feel good, it rejuvenates you, you're reaching your goals of weight loss or muscle building or whatever it is that you are. If you're eating well, your reward is that you feel better, you're healthier, your immune system's better, or whatever that reward may be. And you might not necessarily like the habit. The majority of people that I've talked to hate working out, but they enjoy the reward. So what she's saying is that one of the things that you really need to do is if it's a new habit that you're starting, or even a habit that you've done for a while that you don't necessarily like to do, get it out of the way in the morning. And that doesn't have to be about diet or lifestyle or anything. It can be about your job. If there's certain things like I hate going through my emails. Well, do that first thing in the morning and get it out of the way, and then you can enjoy the rest of your day. So for me, I have been doing the celery juice every morning for going on 3 years. I feel that it has been one of the biggest components of my healing, and I don't really like it. When I buy celery from the grocery store, it's milder, but I'm starting to use celery from the greenhouse now. It's very green, it's very bitter. I know the more green and the more bitter it is, the better it is for me, and it's healthy. Do I really like it? Not particularly. But I drink those 2.5 to 3 cups of celery juice every morning when I get up. It's the first thing I do when I get up between 5:30 and 6. And then I know that my reward after that is drinking my cup of coffee and sitting down and either going through social media or reading my book or whatever in my peaceful quiet time before anybody else gets up. And likewise at lunchtime, I'm sure most of you are getting completely sick of seeing my salad lunches every day, but that's a habit for me as well. Do I want to eat that salad every day? Maybe 70% of the time I enjoy that salad. The rest of the time I'm gagging her down, I gotta be honest. But it's like 4 cups of mixed greens with broccoli and broccoli sprouts and onions and peppers and cucumbers and sometimes some protein, like some chicken or some boiled eggs on there. And I know that after I get that down, then I get my cup of tea and I get my 3 or 4 squares of my 90% chocolate that I really enjoy. And that's my reward for eating that salad. And to me, in a day, that I know that if at supper time I decide to have a bowl of soup or I decide to have a couple of pieces of toast, I know that I've got those 5 or 6 cups of veg in me earlier in the day. So that's a habit that I have gotten. And it's the same like when you get home from work. The same thing, right? Like, let's get supper done, the dishes done, then we sit down and have our cup of tea or our cup of coffee or watch our soap opera that we've recorded or whatever it is. So just keeping in mind that we need to do the things that we dislike first. And because if we always put it off, those are the things that are never going to happen. So when it comes to habit making and habit keeping, we have to decide what our reward is going to be, make our reward worth the habit, and make sure that that habit happens before we get the reward so that we continue to do it. And before long, it becomes something that's so commonplace that it seems out of ordinary to not do it. So anyways, just wanted to pass that on. I thought it was a really neat way of looking at it, even though most of us are doing a lot of that all the time, but we don't really think about it. But you know, if you want to start a new habit, like going for a walk in the morning or working out in the morning, then you got to do that first. Get it out of the way. Get it out of the way in the morning. Don't leave it for the end of the day, because by the end of the day, you're going to be tired and say, screw it, I'm not doing it. So just a little bit of advice from the greenhouse this morning. Hope everybody's staying safe. If you like these videos, like and subscribe and share it to your friends, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.